back, and look who's here.
Hello.
Say hello. He's been missing. We didn't lock you in the basement or anything, right? No, we didn't do anything like that. Joshua's been busy, like all young kids, right? Kind of busy. And I was gone for 2 weeks. We both got sick.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We had a bad time, right? No.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Mike, Golden State Picker. We in the garage as usual. This has got to be a video. This is good. This is a good one. This is a good one. And it's good because guess what? We're going to have a special guest. The special guest is Joshua. He's coming out. We're going to talk to him, just see what he's been doing and what Dad's been doing, that kind of thing. We got a lot of stuff to show you. We got a ton of stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute when the video gets going. But hey, I don't want to waste any time. I just want to give you guys one thing. The last video I put up, been getting a lot of people who are really motivated and they're trying to, get to that next level. And there's some people out there who are just sitting on the fence and they just can't pull that trigger. So this is for all of you guys. A really quick 1 minute kind of thing. Look, I want you to tell yourself over and over that if Mike can do it, and I'm going to use all these other pickers, okay, all of them that you see on YouTube. If they can sell on eBay and Amazon and all that stuff, you can too. You can too. There is nothing that's stopping you. Trust me. It's just a little bit of knowledge, okay? Just a little bit of knowledge. A lot of it's the fear of, maybe something going wrong. Don't worry about that. Start slow. Put a few items up. And you can do it. This is specifically for those people who are kind of just can't get there. I see it in my comments. The one thing I'll always try to do is answer questions or comments if you put them down there, and I'll try to give you a positive response. And I really felt motivated. I was just answering some, and I thought to myself, wow, there's a lot of people that are struggling just to get going. And I'm going to tell you, the first thing you got to do is, like I said, you got to take that first step. Take that first step for me. I believe that you're going to see some things that'll change your mind over time. It won't happen overnight, but just do it. Step through the door, start listening, and start moving. I really think another factor real quick is shipping. I think a lot of people have a fear of how do I ship. I got to get a video out on that to just give you a really simple breakdown of shipping because, when I was doing it, it's different from 2 years ago to me now. I have such a major confidence when I ship compared to when I first was. I'll have to do one on that. I'm gonna fight through that and see if I can get one done really quick here. So anyhow, hey, if you're out there on the fence and haven't quite done it, you can do it. You can do it. All right. The rest of this video is going to be about stuff we found and what's going on with Josh. No gibberish, no nothing. I just wanted to give a quick minute and a half or so boost of motivation to those people who are sitting on that fence. You can do it. All right. Let's stop here. I got to get it set up for Josh, and we'll bring him right back. All right, everybody. Hey, we are back, and look who's here.
Hello.
Say hello. He's been missing. We didn't lock you in the basement or anything, right? No, we didn't do anything like that. Joshua's been busy, like all young kids, right? Kind of busy. And I was gone for 2 weeks. We both got sick.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We had a bad time, right? No.
Yeah.
It always seems right around Christmas. And guess what? We got sick and it wasn't COVID, right?
Yeah, it wasn't COVID, yeah.
It wasn't COVID, but we had that. You saw my videos, me hacking. Mm-hmm. He had it. It was like we were crossing over. It's like I had it, he had it. So getting out and thrifting was a little more tricky for Josh. Mm-hmm. He wasn't feeling great and all that kind of stuff. So, and he also went and visited his sister. That kind of been a while. So we've done a lot of stuff. Yeah, since you've been on. Yeah. But hey, you know what? We've talked about this over and over. We talk about it on the channel, right? Joshua knows what I talk about. Mm-hmm. It's just getting out there and eventually doing it and taking it slow. Mm-hmm. He's young. He's only 23. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't have to, he doesn't have to go 100 miles an hour yet. He's going to get there and you're learning, right? So,
yeah, I'm going out every day almost. And
you go out almost every, you do.
Pretty much every day, yeah.
And that's something else we wanted to talk about, right? Josh is like, has it been slow?
It's been very slow, yeah.
Yeah, so we're not here to, create this channel and make it sound like every day is super busy. It hasn't really been super great. Now, I find a few things because, hey, I've got a little bit more knowledge, I think, right? That's probably what's going on here. And Josh might miss a few things. But Joshua, I think one thing that we've talked about, all the time about when it's slow.
Just keep going until you find your vein, and then...
Yeah. You just keep going. Josh, it's the hardest thing, but every time when Joshua would come home, first thing I would tell him is, hey, we don't give up, right? That's it. I always tell you that. We don't give up. And then I tell him what Dad got. And Dad, I tell him, what do I tell you? I got what? 1 or 2?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
1 or 2. And so it's there to help reinforce him that it's not him. It's not him. It's just things kind of get that way.
Right.
And we have got to focus on just doing it. And he's got a long ways to go. We talk about it all the time, and it's about confidence.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, and talking to people really helps. They'll find stuff for you and hand it off to you if they don't want to bother with it.
And that's what's good. You're learning right from the people that I know, right?
Yeah, I've been talking to a lot. They'll hand me stuff like, check this out. And
yeah, there's a lot of pickers out there that know me that now know Joshua, and it's kind of like they don't take him under his wing, but they know who he is. And they kind of just generally give him some help. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing is I love to help them. A guy today, for example, we were in Savers, and a guy today had peeled off 2 metal chairs, and I went and looked the comp up for him and said, hey, you got a winner. Keep those. Don't be putting them back on the shelf. So that's it. You go help him. He's going to help you. It's all about that. So anyhow, real quick, where'd we go today?
We went to the flea market.
And where else?
And Savers.
And where else after that? Panda Express.
Yeah, sorry, Panda Express.
We went to lunch too. It's kind of fun. We go out in the morning. We go out and we start about 8:15.
Yeah, 8.
It depends on when Josh gets out of bed.
I'm slow.
He's slow. Dad's a little bit faster. But anyhow, we get out and so we hit the flea market about 8:15. Yeah. About 8:15. And we go about 2 hours out there. It's fun. Thursday is the busiest day at this particular flea market. And we never know what we're going to find. We didn't know, and it worked out kind of today. And Josh is going to show you his. Then Josh is going to leave, and I'm going to show you what I got. Just easier that way. So, all right, Josh, why don't you show them? What do you want to show? Yes,
the Duke. Okay, I got these 2 at Savers. They're level designs. I'm actually learning that right now. But one of them has the discs for a bonus level. I think it's in this one, right? Yeah, it's in this one right here. You can unlock bonus content for the game, and I paid $3, and I think I can get 30 to 40 with the one with the disc. I think I get top.
And about 25 for the other one, maybe.
Yeah, I'll probably go lower.
Yeah, so they're Duke Nukem. How many people remember? This again in my era. These were the cool games. Duke Nukem and Doom. Those were and Wolfenstein. Yeah. Those 3. And so these are cool. I mean, this is cool. This is my era, and I would still love playing them. He says I can still play them on what?
You can. Steam.
Steam. Yeah. I think it's Steam. I do have it. I probably should load it and play it. The other one I played was what? Max Payne?
Yeah, Max Payne. Yeah.
Max Payne. I love that one. Right? That one's cool. I used to play it all the time. Max Payne.
Yeah.
All right. What'd you get? What's up next?
All right. Saber stuff. I found a lot of VHS today. I didn't think I would, but I beat my dad to them. So we got Aliens and Alien. And I think I'm gonna sell them together I'm gonna go for 30. And I only paid $1 for each one. They're both open.
And they're both open. And what's key, guys, is what we talk about is the no UPC. Now these are not sealed, but they are in good condition. And Josh beat me to these. Savers has done a new rack, which is really nice. They have a whole new rack of media. And I kind of came flipping around the corner on the game aisle and I just glanced for sealed. And I didn't see these, and Josh came behind me. And this is what's great, is fun. And Josh took more time than Dad, and he got these. He's got another couple he's going to show you, but he pulled these 2 out, and that was cool. And as a matter of fact, go ahead and show him the other 3.
All right, I got all the original Star Wars when Han shot first, before they got edited up and changed. These are sealed. These can go for like 500 to 700, but since they're opened, I'm gonna go for like 100.
Yeah,
all 3 together. Yeah,
they're in very, very good condition. He got them for $1. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. The old original ones, again, no UPC code. And there are some comps of this. So VHS tapes. If you watched my original one where I sold the one tape for $4,000, you know they're out there. So we are alerting, and every time I see them, what was the one I told you to look for today? Dumbo sealed.
Yeah.
Dumbo sealed. So if I see something, I say, hey Josh, look for this one. So he's learning to look. It's just a matter of time before one of us gets another sealed VHS. I really believe that we're going to hit some of those coming down the road this summer at garage sales. So that's going to be cool.
And I guess since last time I was on, I also found a comic book that was signed by, at the time, Stan Lee's artist for Spider-Man. It was the Silver Tormented, the first edition. So I still have to get that verified, but that should go for $500, $700.
Yeah, so he's good at, see, that's what's good about Joshua and his age bracket. He has a different view of media than I do. This is my media and albums, right?
Yeah.
Joshua's media is video games and some other things. He can be locked into that. So he's much better at that than I am. So he catches that kind of stuff. All right, so he's got two games to show you.
That's right, 2 more. So I got this at the flea market today for, I guess, like $2 or $2.50.
You got 2 for $5.
2 for $5.
Okay,
well, I'll show the first one. We got the original Half-Life. Has all the discs, the manual in there, and it looks really clean in there. So.
How many games are in that one?
I think it's 5 discs.
So 5 versions of Half-Life.
Oh yeah, there is. No, there's Counter-Strike and others. The original Counter-Strike on there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get 30 to 40 for that one. And then this one I was a little worried about because it looks like they opened it and like retaped it, but we're 99% sure it's still new and sealed. So I'm just gonna ask for 40. It's the original StarCraft battle chest, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool one. That's cool. We found some software. We had found a lot. One of the vendors there had just tables full today, right?
We did.
You know, we need to shoot some video in the flea market. It's hard. I think maybe with Josh and down the road, I've got so many things I want to do, which is shoot more video in the field and that kind of stuff. I got enough stuff going on for me to strap another GoPro on me, and all right, and I'm not great at it, but anyhow, that's something we should do because it was cool to see table after table. And my good friend Mike, who we call Mike, Record Mike, he was out there. He's out there early all the time, and Mike is really good at records, and he had already gobbled up quite a few albums on. Yeah, so I missed out on that, but that's okay. I was happy because Mike got the record. So you celebrate your friends' wins, right?
Right.
That's what we do. We celebrate our friends' wins. All right, now Josh got a couple more. He's got a few more.
Yeah, I do.
What do you got?
Right.
How about this one?
This one? All right.
What is that
this
one?
Called again the Lug Buster.
Show that in the
All right. As seen on TV, it's you can plug it into your
cigarette lighter,
and then it helps you take the
lug nuts off.
Lug nuts out.
He's like,
stuff I don't know.
Stuff he doesn't know.
But
the lug is called the Lug Buster. And what is so cool is it's like a impact wrench, but with 4 different lug nut sizes. And instead of having to use the lug wrench, you use this. And now this came from one of the guys that buys from me at the docks. And anyhow, he knows who I am, and he gave us sort of a discount, not much. We paid a little bit for this. We paid, what did we pay?
7.
10. We paid 10. Okay, Remember, I tried to get 7.
That's right.
And what did he say? No.
Yeah.
He said no. But it was so unique because it doesn't show on the listing. So this is pretty cool. The Lug Buster, I think Joshua will get a minimum of $39 plus shipping on this, I think, right?
Yeah.
$39. That's the thing, guys. Look for some unique stuff like that. No listing, so you can control that listing and then control the price. Right here. What do you got that one?
Okay, this is Ovation. Yes, an Ovation guitar. This came in right at Savers when we walked in, right?
We walked right in.
Right in the opening. Yeah, there's just a little chip on the side, but it's good.
Show them that guitar.
Oh,
it's a little. Yeah, no, show them the whole guitar.
Okay, the whole thing. Yeah.
It's a real nice acoustic. Now, if you know Ovation, Ovation is known for this kind of back. Generally speaking, it's this little interesting back. But it was only what, $7? $7. And you know, can't play, but it's a very interesting guitar. And I think we're gonna get about $75 for this. And it's not gonna be that bad of a shipper. So nice. Josh got that one. There you go. And now we're gonna go with a big one. This one was the one we're gonna explain a little bit. We'll put it right there. We won't lose it. I don't think we'll lose it.
Oh,
I'll get it. All right, so ready? I'm gonna pick this one up. Hold on. All right, you know what it is? Can you say it now? Look down there. Oscilloscope.
Oscilloscope. I don't know the whole
He got an oscilloscope.
Yeah.
All right. Now this has to be explained a little bit. This is an oscilloscope. Now Josh he knows, hey, it looks cool, right?
Yeah, it did. It stood out to me right away.
It stood out to him right away. Problem is how do you test it, right? So Joshua immediately gets on the phone and he's texting me, and sometimes I don't see it. It took me a little while to answer him back. But I answered him back and I said, does it power on? And what was your first response? No, it doesn't power on. So I'm thinking, okay, don't work. It's probably worthless. But then I probed him a little further and said, hey, Joshua, are you sure? And you kept saying no, right? I said, did you check every plug? Sometimes when you're in these stores, the power bar doesn't work, right? So you got to go to the main power, especially at this Savers. I always go to the main power. And he said he did. Nothing. So I just had a feeling this thing worked. And what'd you do? You ended up finding...
There's a couple checking it out, and I asked him, like, hey, can you turn it on? And he did. He knew how to work it and everything.
It's got a few little weird buttons on turning it on. And it works. So you pay $25 minus your 20% because he uses 20%. And what do you think it's worth?
200. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's worth 200. Solid comps at 200. So he's going to sell this for right around there. And we'll make sure that he's one of the lowest because we need to move Joshua's product. We need to build up his confidence. We're not going to just give it away, but we're going to try and be strong on price on many of these items to be competitive so that we can get him sales. That's the key. When you're first starting out, you're going to have to eat it a little bit, and if you get the real solid keeper, you let the price run on that. But when you get some other ones, be competitive and move your product. Build your inventory, but also build your bank account.
We
talk about building your bank account, right? All right, you got one last thing, and tell them how you got this one.
This is from my dad's friend. I think the guitar is going to fall again.
I'll get it. I'll get the guitar.
Brian, and it's the original Xbox with the console only and the power cords, the TV cord. And so these are actually pretty much always safe to get because there's a modding community and they always gut these things and they repair it. And I'm gonna ask for 100 because my last one I sold, I think I got 90.
Yeah, so we got a strong 100, we think, here. Now, what was really cool about this was we were leaving the flea market. My friend Brian's in there, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about this last item, all right? So Joshua was sitting there, and Brian knows Joshua's starting out. So Brian is not doing much sales this year because of that new 1099 thing, all that kind of stuff. But long story short, Brian says, hey, Josh, I got something for you. If you sell it, give me $10. So it was really, really nice of Brian to come over there and tell Josh to take that. So Joshua got that from Brian. Again, that's that networking we talk about, friends and people. So I'm going to take Brian, Josh, and some other people out to lunch tomorrow, and we're going to have a good lunch at what?
Sizzling, yeah.
Yeah, well, that place is cool, right?
Yeah.
But see, that's what I mean? A community of people, right? Now, here's the kicker. Here's what's funny. I put that one down. This is going to be tied in back to Brian. This is funny. I always got to tell you. So let's go show them what we got.
Oh, wait,
all right. Can you pick one up?
Yeah, I can.
All right, we got 4 of these back here. All right, we'll just try to quickly show you. Take a look. That's one box. Yep. That's one box. Okay, and we got 2 more back here.
Yep.
2 more. So this is flea market. I'm there, and we're looking in their comic books. Okay, and the guy, we looked thumbing through them. What did he say? I said, what we first do is we ask how much for all. And he came back with, what was his price?
$100.
$100. Or $1 each.
Yeah, $1 each.
It was weird, $100 or $1 each, because I figured it out. I sat down. There's 500 comics in there, 500. So I had the guts to do what? I lowball him, lowball him.
No, you just asked
75.
And he said 80.
75. He does 80. Here was the problem. Dad didn't have no money. I was in such a weird hurry this morning, and all week long I was doing bins of books, and all my cash was out of my wallet. So when I got to the flea market, I had hardly anything in my wallet. So again, this is what I did. I said, well, I'll get him $30 and then I'll go to the bank. But I thought about it. I remember Brian was at the flea market. So I said, hey, I called up Brian, right? I called Brian. He's in there. He goes, hey, do you have $50 and I'll pay you back? So he gives it to me. But long story short, real quick, we're going out to get in our car, and Brian and his wife come by, and Brian's wife says, she was the one who gave me the money. It was Gina, huh?
Yeah.
So Gina gave me the money, and she's giving me a hard time. She goes, why do you guys never carry enough cash to the flea market? It seems like that always happens, right? So anyhow, big shout out to Gina. If you're out there, thank you. And I tease her a lot, and I tease Brian a lot. And Brian's my good friend, so thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate that. So that's Josh. He did good. He did good, right? I'm proud of him today. He did good. And it builds up your confidence. You need that,
Yeah.
right? We need that, right? I need it, you need it, and people out there, you need it too. So anyhow, there's what Joshua found. We're going to stop here, and then I'm going to show you what I got. All right, say goodbye, Josh.
All right, bye. See you next time.
Bye. All right, hey, my turn to show you what I found. This was in combination with Joshua. Now, I let Joshua roam a little bit. It's like he's learning, and he tags around with me. Now, I got to get stuff for myself. So it's not like I'm trying to, encroach on him and say, no, I got to have everything. It doesn't work that way. I'll let Joshua look to see, and then I'll point some things out, okay? I'll say, hey, take a look at that thing to help him out occasionally. But he found the videotapes. He found some other things. The oscilloscope was his, all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really exciting to see somebody like him. And I'm hoping that there are people out there who watch me who are trying, like we said at the beginning of this video, to just go out and do it. Yes, he has me for the sounding board and all that stuff, but use some of my videos for the encouragement for yourself if you need it. I really believe that if I do it and all these other people do it, you can too. All right, let's get into what I found. All right, we'll have a mix. We have some savers and we have some flea market stuff, but we found some good stuff today, and so it's a good day. Good day. All right, hear me talk about what all the time? Bibles, Bibles, and these are all $3.99 at Savers. This is the Jewish Study Bible. It is still available as brand new. Some people ask me, well, where are you going to sell this one? This one will go into Amazon FBA. Amazon sits on this all day long at brand new, I think at about $35. This is going to sell for $32 roughly, about $31, $32. And yes, people say, well, how come they would buy used? Because they want to save $3. And some people want to buy used rather than new, kind of that recycle thing. So this one here will net me $18 using Scout IQ and Amazon FBA. So that's the Jewish Study Bible. Now, anytime you see Bibles that look like this, look at the look. You just look. It's got like a leather cover, and it's clean inside. There's no presented to page that's filled out. All of that kind of stuff. You got, see, like this is the presented to page. There's no writing on it. There's no highlighting, and you can get it for $3.99 minus 20%. When you get this kind of a Bible, you're sitting on anywhere, let's just say $30 to $50. Some of these even more if they're older, and that kind of thing. Some Schofield Bibles, there's all kinds of them. Dax Bibles, so they can go for a lot of money. I know some people say, well, why do you sell them? They're Bibles. I've talked about that over and over. It's people need them, people want them, they're not in the right areas to get them, so they've got only one or two options to find them. All right, here's the biggest Bible find of the day, and the sticker just keeps peeling off due to the heat. This guy here, and I'll peel it off now. This is the Jerusalem Bible. If you've watched my channel, you've seen me sell about 3 or 4 of these. I find them, and now you can find them too. Just look at the spine, but also look at the cover. It's like a J and a B. Why is this particular Jerusalem Bible so good? This is 100 to 150, depending on condition and everything. And I gotta find it so I can show you, and I'm not page marked, typical of me, but I'm gonna show you. There's an illustration, very strange looking illustration. This is out of Chronicles, okay? What is so important about that illustration? Many of you are probably shouting out, I know. Salvador Dali, the artist, did the illustrations for this particular Jerusalem Bible. And like I said, 100 to 150, it really depends, but that's where this should sit. If you're looking at 150, you're looking at this one to say 40, there's 190, and say there, right here is 200, and I spent about $10. $10 for these Bibles. Very, very nice, very nice. All right, what else? Let me take a drink of water here. It's flavored, it's purple. I think it's Skittles, sugar-free. I'm still sugar-free. Sometimes it's a struggle, but I am sugar-free. Next phase is maybe to get rid of the coloring. You know, I don't know if that's good for you either. Now, you heard me talk about software. Joshua hit software. I got this one. Now, we were on the same table, and Dad just knows this one. And everybody should know this, Adobe Photoshop. Now, it's not new, and it's version 7.0, so obviously 8, 9 are better, but it really doesn't matter. Why is this going to sell for about $250? And we paid, you're going to see my software here. I paid, I got it all here, I think. Anyhow, I paid like $10, $15 for all three of these that I'm going to show you. But generally speaking, this one here we're going to talk about the most. Photoshop. I use Photoshop. I am grandfathered in on the old plan. I'm not too sure what the newer plans are. The old plan is $9.95 a month. I pay them for the use of Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom. Now, some people just want a pretty basic version of Photoshop and don't want to pay the $9.95 a month. They will not get updates and that kind of stuff, but you can find updates throughout the web if you're smart enough and that kind of thing. But that's why they don't want to pay that $10 a month. So they're willing to pay $250 for a pretty good version of Photoshop, and they're set. They're set. You find them sealed, you can go $400 and $500. So keep your eye out for Adobe Photoshop, even Lightroom. That's the other thing. So really, really nice when you find that kind of stuff. And then there you go. I got this. Well, you know what I did? I got this one for $3, and this one were for $5. That's what I did. I'm sorry, I got it backwards. So this guy here is Age of Empires 2 sealed. It's the gold edition, and it has an expansion. Macintosh, big time key, Macintosh. Mac usually does better than PC in the software world. And this guy here is going to get me, I think, about $60 to $80. $60 to $80. So we've got $250, let's call it $60. We're at $310 right here. Throwing in this one, which I got from another booth for $3. And what's good about this one? Brand new sealed, right? Brand new sealed. This one here is about, I want to say $40 to $60 also. So you're at $410. You're at think Mike, 310 plus, let's call this 50, $360. And I got this one. This one actually came out of the same booth as those. I forgot about these. This one. Now Joshua showed you the first Star Wars. Now I got this one. This one is a little bit later version of it. And what's good about this one is it's sealed. Okay. Now I had a lot of people go, "Oh, that's rewrapped. That's rewrapped. That's no good." Until you look a little bit closer. Okay. And what we're looking for here is the watermark. You can see the watermark right there. And if you pull this plastic a little bit, there it is, that 20th Century Fox. Now, don't think it's worth $4,000. No, maybe $50, $60, $50, $60. If this was the original 3 like he had done up, then we're talking some money. But VHS is hot right now. I'm guessing 50. We'll look it up. It does have that watermark, and it matches other ones that are on there, so we're okay. See, some people will go, "Oh, that's no good, that's no good," because of the way it's wrapped, not really super tight. But it is good. So VHS tapes, old software, comic books, right? Let's go back to the comic books down there. Remember we paid $80, there's $500. How do we do those? Lots. We divide them out, that kind of thing. It takes a little bit of time, but that's what I'm talking about. When things get slow, we spend more time doing this and getting rid of this stuff. This stuff, as my friend Brian says, this kind of stuff here doesn't really lose value. It holds its value or can increase in value. So 10 years from now, if I didn't get rid of that stuff, that's cool. I still got value there, okay? Like my records that I have. They're going to hopefully continue to go up in value, and I put some up from time to time, and that's okay. That's not a horrible death pile, okay? Unless you got 5 million of them, then, but that's not a horrible death pile. That's something that can be stored away pretty safely, and you grab and you go and you post and list. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you one because I can't get the other one. And a pair of these. There is a right foot to this. This is, I think, the lefty. So there is a right. This is not a one-footed ice skate. And this is what is good about this is Jackson, vintage Jackson. You can tell by the wooden heel, kind of. And what you tell about ice skates, this is actually pretty sharp. I was surprised how sharp the blade is where the blade is made at. This is made in England. This is the Mark IV. They made all different types of steel and stuff. Paid $8 at Savers for the pair, so $4 a shoe. I have my humor. I'm bad. I'm sorry. Anyhow, these I think will get about $60 to $80. $60 to $80. Old school, because a lot of times that blade. What else do we have? We got all kinds of good stuff. We got all kinds. Let's go back here. This one here. What is it, Mike? What is it? The name should tell you. Mead, right? There's people already who know what it is. But some people who don't know what it is, and I hope it opens up to the right side. It did. It's a telescope, a Mead telescope. This is the ETX 70. 2 eyepieces or lenses up there. I've already tested it out. Has a remote control thing. And yes, it does work. This was ridiculously priced at Savers. It was like $8 for this thing. $8. And it will get about $150 to $175. Some people just sell the case and get good money for the case. But some telescopes, a lot of them I don't touch unless they're brand new or something like this, because it's just too hard to test them and all that kind of stuff. So only if I can kind of semi-test them. Turns on, it tries to position. It's got a little remote. You can kind of follow it. You can get directions offline, all that offline. So you can get directions online and kind of figure it out from there. All right, now, here we go. This is a very interesting one. I know everybody's going, you said you wouldn't buy backgammon games. And you're right. I won't buy backgammon games unless they were what? Unusual, different color, all that kind of stuff. This is pretty good size. So when I first saw it, the first thing I say to myself is tournament size. The bigger ones are what they call tournament size, that kind of thing. This is an interesting one. I almost passed it up because I had said to myself, do not buy these anymore. Basically, that's what I'm saying, unless they're cheap. Until I opened it up. My curiosity, we've talked about curiosity, right? You gotta have a little bit of that. Now, why did I buy it? If it don't spill all over. There you go. It is called Ultra Backgammon. It's got 2 sides to it. Very interesting. See what I mean by unique? So yes, you picked this one up because I only paid what? $4.99. Almost all games at Savers are $4.99 to $6.99, roughly that price range. Very unique. Believe it or not, I couldn't find a comp on eBay. I couldn't. And so I asked Josh because I couldn't read it. It's made in Korea. Made in Korea. Got no idea what it's worth. I won't know until I sit down and figure it out. Let's say 100, just 100, because it's so unique and there's nobody up. Like we talked about with his Lug Buster. Now, if they don't have one of these on there, I control this listing, so I can put what price I want on it in general. All right, put that one down. A couple more going here. This one's interesting. This one would have catches most people's eye, but I was surprised. Savers opened up, went right down my aisles, the electronics and all that, and bingo. A Tascam CC222SL. What this is tape to CD rewritable recordable. Does it work? Unfortunately, I just found out no, I don't think so. The disc is stuck here. I'll have to look to see if I can get it out, and you know, that's the first sign. $7.99. Now, you still buy it. Why do you still buy it? Because parts. I'll put it up on the screen. Hopefully you can see maybe what it's worth if it was working in good condition. Anywhere from $250 to $400. In parts, it's about $100 to $130. Don't quit on them. Hey, if it's for parts, those are the easy ones. As long as you can package it right, you tell them it don't work. It shouldn't come back. It should not come back. All right. Now, here is a cool one. I like these. Now, the story behind this is the flea market prior, probably 2 weeks prior, a gentleman was in the same booth that I just came in to get these. And he walked out with a pair of roller skates. These are roller skates. They're almost exactly the same. Here they are. Look at those beauties. They're Resells, old school. And if you take a look on the bottom here, they are not in great shape on the outside. Who cares? I don't care. Yeah, I want them to be perfect, but that doesn't really matter. They are Sure Grips. The wheels are Kryptonics USA. These are beautiful wheels. And it's made in the USA. This plate back here, this bottom plate, $10 for this skate. Paid $10 for the pair. So $5 a foot. I'm sorry. The humor's terrible. Believe it or not, this is what happens. When I saw that guy with those skates, as soon as he walked by me, I went ahead and did a search on the skate to see what they were worth. Now, I was shocked at what they were worth. I kind of knew they were I thought maybe 80 to 100, but they were worth about $250. So, in my brain, filed it away. And believe it or not, the same booth, out comes another pair of Resells. That booth is one of the booths that gets stuff where I get my books. They get auction, they auction off these bins, and these were in there. So I'm thinking 200 minimum, 200 for those. Really, really cool. So old roller skates. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be, I got one more. It's a big one. I'm gonna pull it up here. It is the chair gym. Look at that thing. As seen on TV? Yep, it's as seen on TV. I gotta put it back down. We paid $24.99 minus the 20%, so about $21, $22. We think it's about $100 to $150. Brand new. All I gotta do is I have every box. Remember, I've told you I have every box. Make it fit a box perfectly, figure out the weight, all that kind of stuff, and off that goes. That's cool. So, hey, wow, this was a fun video. This was fun. I love it when Josh gets out here, and this was the perfect one. I said, Josh, let's go out and make a video, and he's gung ho to do it. Just been busy a little bit, but you can see today we paid off, and we both said it's been slow. So what did we do though? We never stop, we never quit, we never get down, we just keep forging ahead. Something's gonna fall in your lap because you're consistent, and that's key, is being consistent. Joshua's learning that. I can tell you that I probably feel so bad for him sometimes when he comes home 3 days in a row with nothing. But you know, he's learning. And that's business, and that's the hard knocks. The old salesman, right, knocks on 1,000 doors, maybe 2 say yes, maybe 3, 4, I don't know. You gotta knock on enough doors for them to open. And then when they open, you better take what you can get. There you go. I love doing videos for you guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all my friends out in the picking world. All of you. You're all a big help to me. And I appreciate every one of you. You know who you are. So many thanks. And we'll see you on the next video. See you soon.